Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Justin Frazee. I'm the Vice President of Enrollment, Communications, and Marketing here at Northern State. It's been a great afternoon. This has been a long time coming, and I'm very thankful that all of you could come out and join us. I'm also very thankful for some individuals that have helped make this day possible, or this event, I should say. I want to thank Jade Seisher, Arlene Redler, Stacy Bauer, our facilities crew, Aramark, and also appreciate the Chamber ambassadors coming out. I want to get started today with Mayor Travis Schoeneman and have him say a few words about this beautiful facility.
Thank you. It's exciting to be the kickoff speaker at such a wonderful occasion. What a beautiful stadium and an amazing addition to an already gorgeous campus. In many ways, this is as much a community event as it is a collegiate one. Much like this facility will become the crown jewel of this campus, NSU is a jewel for the city of Aberdeen. Aberdeen has been very fortunate to experience the growth we have in terms of people, jobs, infrastructure, opportunity, and of course beautiful new structures. And Northern has been keeping their part in every front. As a community, we're blessed to have a very strong partnership with Northern. It's an asset to any place to have a great post-secondary education. But Northern is a place known for regional recruitment of ambitious young adults, for creating leaders out of them, and for turning them into good neighbors. And so when Northern set up on this ambitious fundraising campaign, the city knew that we needed to be a part of it. An investment in this facility would not only improve the college, but it would reinvigorate the South Dakota School for the Blind and serve the better good of our entire community, drawing in students, athletes, and fans for decades to come. It's truly an investment in the future of Aberdeen. I want to take this opportunity to thank the city manager and our chief of police for working diligently to make sure that tomorrow's event will be safe and an enjoyable, positive experience for the community and for the surrounding neighborhoods. But I really want to thank Northern for dreaming big and for all the generous donors who made this a reality. Aberdeen has always been the best place in the state to raise a family. We're always the best place to start a business, but starting tomorrow will be the best place in the state to experience football. Go Wolves!
Thank you, Mayor. I'd now like to introduce our student body president, Jacob Swanson. Jacob's a senior who's studying elementary education. He's from St. Paul, Minnesota. He's also joined here today with his VP, Lane Converse. Jacob?
Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming to the event today. It's just a beautiful place to be. I'd first like to say I think all the students are excited for this beautiful football stadium and softball field that we were gifted with. So thank you for everyone, donors, community members, and just everyone that made it possible. I think this sports complex is going to help continue Northern's tradition of excellence inside and outside of classrooms. I also think that this place will be home to many great memories and great traditions here at Northern.
Thank you, Jacob. I'd now like to bring to the podium the principal architect of Co-op Architecture, the individual in the group behind the design on this, Tom Hurlbert.
Thank you. Good to be here. First, right out of the gate, I want to thank all of the design team members and certainly our construction partners as well, but they'll get a chance to be recognized, so I'll let you do that, Kurt. But first I want to thank our friends at DLR, key partners on this project. Greg, Andrew, Danny, and Josh, do you guys want to stand up? And actually all the design partners, let's stand up. And if you're back there in the back, come up here so that people can recognize you. This has been a long project and a really great project, and we're really proud of it. We also had great job with these guys, Greg, Andrew, Danny, and Josh. Helms and Associates. I saw Randy, and I know there's probably some other guys here. Stand up, stand up. And Mettler-Sickmiller folks as well. I saw Travis. Get out here, Travis. And anybody from Mettler or Sickmiller, come forward and get recognized. And especially I want to also thank from our team here that we have Spencer. Steve Miller was a big part of this project as well. And Cody Schockenmeyer here. Cody and Spencer, get down here so people can see you. Cody here spent the last year of his life here, working really hard. We certainly want to thank Northern, Dr. Schnorr, as well as your predecessor, Dr. Downs, Veronica, the kind of steady wheel here with us for a long time. We really appreciate all your help. Regent Thayers, certainly appreciate your guidance and help on this. And Josh Moon, working with you through this process, wherever he's running around. Certainly want to thank the Board of Regents and the Office of the State Engineer, all of the donors, Dacotah Bank, a lot of them. I just want to say a couple quick words otherwise. I'm an Aberdeen kid, and so to be an architect in your hometown and design a facility like this is incredibly special, and I'm really proud to be a part of a project like this. About the design, a quick comment. The idea stemmed around creating an athletic sort of architectural language and how we could take the Barnett Center and refresh that and also create a language here on campus that would be iconic, special, and help towards winning. And you see that with the pavilion and the addition and this stadium. So enough about that. The second thing that went into this design is winning. And we thought about winning a lot when we were designing this. We thought about how to help these guys win games. And we thought about, Northern is a basketball town. And I know there's some football guys, and I know Zach's here, and there's going to be some guys that are going to say, hey, we won a lot of conference championships, and that's true, but this is a basketball town. It used to be a basketball town till today. Today it's a football town, and these guys are going to come in here and start clobbering people. And here's the deal. I don't want to just win with this stadium, guys. I want to destroy people. Can we do that? All right. Really appreciate the opportunity, and we're really excited to be a part of this. We thank you all, and congratulations, and go Wolves.
Thank you, Tom. It's now my pleasure to introduce the owner and project manager for Quest Construction, an individual who I know is excited to be here today, Kurt Weisbach.
Hey, good morning or afternoon. First off, this is one heck of a stadium, isn't it? We spent a year and a half putting this baby together. Russell, Nate, David, Brett, you guys did a fantastic job putting it together for our team. First off, I want to thank Northern State Board of Regents, especially Jim Thayers, OSE, Co-op, DLR, for trusting our capabilities of McCown Gordon and Quest in managing this project. We're a joint venture, so I think during our interview process, they were a little skeptical of joint venture putting this project together, and we really appreciate you guys trusting in us. This is our Quest's first joint venture. And I want to thank Matt, David, Nate, and the rest of your team for helping make this process go as smoothly as possible. Russ, Brett, you guys did a fantastic job supervising the project from the beginning to the end and all the stuff in between. We'd like to thank all of our local trade partners, material suppliers who helped create this iconic project for Northern State, and we couldn't have done it without their cooperation. Weather looks great for tomorrow. Go Wolves!
Thank you, Kurt. I'd now like to bring up to the podium the Interim Athletic Director, Ms. Terry Holmes.
Thank you and good afternoon. First of all, I would like to thank our athletic administrative team who for the last, probably since summer, has been working hours and hours, weekends, evenings, and holidays. Ashley, Austin, Connor, and Stephen, and also our grad assistants. We can't tell you how excited we are for tomorrow. I can't wait till 6 o'clock when we kick off and you just take a moment and you just kind of smell the roses, so to speak. And we're so excited for that moment. I was thinking about it, maybe our student athletes could help me out. My favorite commentator is Colin Cowherd. You guys know who I'm talking about, the Herd? Yes, I do. What most of the time he talks about, people are more, in sports, general managers, those times, are so interested in being right that they forget to do what's right. And it helped me think of our boosters and our donors and the people of Aberdeen. They did what was right. They put their egos aside and they all got on the same team and they did what was best for the community of Aberdeen and Northern State. And we really thank you for that. That's incredible now. And when you put everything together in a small community, anything is possible. So we really like to thank all of those people involved. Since I've been here a number of years. When I first got here, football practiced at the Science Building and so I have seen a transformation. And when I go through the stadium, I always have to kind of stop and think, I'm in Aberdeen, I'm in a Division II, and this just feels Division I. And I don't know who anyone's got it better than us, and I truly mean that. So I want to thank everyone involved. Student athletes, just smell the roses. Softball, enjoy the state-of-the-art field. Take the time to really enjoy what people have done, and let's just keep working together for one common goal, and that's for Northern State. Thank you.
Thank you, Terry. I'd now like to invite up one of the newest coaches on staff who gets to take over this wonderful Keeler Hall of Fame softball field. Coach Schilling, please come on up.
Hi everyone. I want to thank everyone for coming today to celebrate the new football field and our fantastic softball facility. It would not be possible without the generous donations from multiple donors, including the Keeler family, and their continued love for the game of softball. The excitement centered around this incredible facility has been present throughout the entire process of its construction. I myself have been following all of it on Twitter from Missouri before I got here, and it's just incredible to see it now. The team's excitement for our first practice this fall, our first scrimmage on Sunday, and our first home game this spring is palpable. As I began recruiting, I would send prospective student athletes pictures, and they couldn't believe that this incredible facility is in South Dakota. It's going to be one of the pieces that we use to be competitive in the NSIC and rival all of the other Division II schools that we compete against. It even rivals and surpasses Division I schools, and I cannot wait for our first game. This Sunday we'll be playing the University of Jamestown at 2 and 4 o'clock, and we hope to see as many of you guys there, and we can't wait for our spring season to open up. And thank you so much. Go Wolves.
Thank you, Coach. Okay, now I'd like to invite up the leader of Wolves football, Coach Mike Schmidt. Come on up.
A little disappointed that my team didn't cheer like the softball team did for their coach, so that was noticed, and we have practice coming up this afternoon. I'm incredibly humbled and honored to be here, obviously, as your head coach. When I came out here for my interview in December of 2019, I was driving around. It was about 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, and Morgan, my wife, and I, we were driving back here trying to figure out where the stadium was even going to be at. And at the time, there was still kind of a road back over here in front of the Barnett Center. It was tough to tell where everything was going to be at, and I was matching up on my phone what the drawings looked like, where everything was at on campus, and just trying to figure out the lay of the land. And as I got to looking and evaluating the space, we realized it was going to be this entire thing. And I remember just like punching my wife in the arm, being like, it's the whole area, it's the whole thing. I can't believe that it's going to be someplace this big and in this kind of a facility. And from that day on, it even got 10 times better than what I could even picture in my head it being and how good I thought this facility could be. I love Northern, I love Aberdeen. They say home is where you get to be yourself and people still love you. And I can't tell you how much I love being your head football coach, how much I've enjoyed being a part of this process. And this stadium sets the standard for what the program should accomplish. There isn't a facility even close to this in the NSIC. We take a backseat to really nobody in the country in Division II football. And that signifies a new era for Wolves football. A new era that will be second to none. That Northern football will be second to nobody. The student athlete that we can recruit has changed everything. Even currently, right now, even here, we have our #1 recruit in the country is here to be a part of this day, to watch what's happening and to put their eyes and see the experience that this field, that this stadium, that this program is going to feel like tomorrow at 6 o'clock. It shows the community, that Northern, that everybody here is putting our money where our mouth is at to be really good. A lot of programs have a goal of being champions. No other program has this now. We've put ourselves above everybody else to go win at the highest level in Division II football. That's not something that I take lightly. It's not something that our staff takes lightly. You have our back, and I hope you all know that we have yours, and we'll represent Aberdeen and Northern State with the highest regard that we possibly can. We've had to practice out here a couple extra times. The first time we were out here, it was so electric and so loud that we've had to get our team to be out here so that they don't freak out that it's a home field advantage for us. So tomorrow, I ask that you be as loud as you can. I ask that you enjoy it as much as you can, because this will be completely overwhelming for Southwest Minnesota State when they step on the field here. This will be the greatest home field advantage in Division II football, and it's because of you, it's because of everybody who's here that has made this possible. I've used the word, this is an electric factory. It's an electric factory out here. It's on top of you, and it's loud. And I hope we hear y'all, and not only tomorrow, but throughout the rest of the year and moving forward. Thank you for everything. Go Wolves.
Thank you, Coach. I'd now like to bring up the President and CEO of the NSU Foundation, Mr. Zach Flockas.
On behalf of 30,000 alumni, it's time. And when I say it's time, that follows what Coach is bringing up. It's time for Northern to not take a back seat to anyone, whether it's recruiting a football player or a general student. When you look at our campus, it is absolutely beautiful. And this is just a crown jewel to bring people to campus. This is how you get high school kids here. This is how you get out-of-state kids here. This is how we really impact the university. And so again, on behalf of 30,000 alumni football team, I think Tom said it best. We don't want to just win. We want to make a mark. We want to have people saying we are not going back there again for 2 years and we are happy. This has to be a home field advantage. And that's not just football. That's for our student body as they look at having concerts in here, band events, other competitions, summer stock. We need to utilize this facility to be a home field advantage for Northern, the community of Aberdeen, and the region. So I'm going to end again, guys, with "It is time. Do us proud." Thank you.
Okay, I'd now like to invite up, or it's my honor to invite up, the Vice Chairman for Dacotah Bank and a Northern alum, Mr. Joe Singer.
Well, thank you, Zach. That's a tough act to follow. It is a great day for NSU, and now being an alum for almost 51 years, I couldn't be more proud than to be part of this day and in this facility. Yes, I am the Vice Chair of Dacotah Bank. During this whole process, I was a President and CEO, and I remember like it was yesterday when Todd Jordry, Dr. Downs, Josh Moon, and Jim Thayers came to my office or a conference room and talked about this $40 million campaign and how they wanted us to be part of that in more ways than one. Apparently my reaction was one of my jaw hitting the table, but I would like to remind some of them today that our board probably had that same reaction. But you know, once you sat back and you thought about it, and you thought about Dacotah Bank's community support now in 30-some locations, and the collaboration that Dacotah Bank has always had with Northern State University, there used to be an ad out there that said it just made sense, and it did, and this is a result of it. You know, Northern's importance to the region is really, it's hard to measure. But you know what, a measurement for Dacotah Bank is of our 550 employees today, 162 of those are Northern alums. So it definitely, it made sense. And certainly the start of Dacotah Bank has been here in Aberdeen. Our shareholders are very supportive of it. And again, no doubt a very proud day. But as special as it is, I think we need to remind ourselves, and it's been mentioned, this is the crown jewel. But what's happened on this campus is truly amazing. 3 new dorms, that lovely practice facility, what's happened to the Johnson Fine Arts Center, and a lot of that has been because of the community support that Aberdeen has certainly always brought to this community. But I would be remiss, and I probably will get in a little trouble for singling out a few folks. But I do want to especially recognize that Great Plains Foundation, Harvey Jewett and that board and what they brought to this campus. Certainly Jim Keeler and what he's done for this EIC campaign, and also Mike Evans. It's been more than Dacotah Bank, but we went through some tough EIC campaign meetings. And Jim, he just kept us humble, Regent Jim Thayers, and we got it done. So on behalf of the Dacotah Bank family, we're honored to be part of this. We love the signage. And as has become tradition lately, go Wolves.
Thank you, Joe. I now want to invite up a man with many titles, co-chair of the Educational Impact Campaign, member of the South Dakota Board of Regents, and the founder and CEO of Primrose Retirement Communities, Mr. Jim Thayers.
Well, thank you, Justin. But the real title is I'm Just Jim. You know, this campaign has consumed most of the last 8 years of my life, and to see it through till tomorrow will be a wonderful thing. But I can't say enough to the testament of the people of this community and this region. When we started this campaign, and to end with over $65 million committed to this university and to the School for the Blind is absolutely amazing. And on behalf of the Educational Impact Campaign, I say thank you to each of you donors who pledged and willing to make a gift that made a difference. Each one of you had an impact on what has happened here today. Some of you have come and invested 3, 4, and 5 times, but we got it done. I want to thank the City of Aberdeen, not only for its financial investment, but the working relationship and the communication that our city manager and police department have been engaged with our university and our city. It's amazing when communication works, and we're all in this as partners. So thank you, City of Aberdeen and all of its leaders, for being a partner in this. Now I want to thank Governor Dugard and Governor Noem, who both through future funds made pledges to this campaign to help us build these quality facilities. I want to thank our contractors, many of them local here, that were engaged in part of getting this facility built. My background is in development, and to see how well they work together to make sure the quality of what is here is truly amazing. And thank you, gentlemen, for the work that you've done. And I want to thank the Northern employees and all their staff. They have been working their tails off the last month or two, working on the fine details that most of us won't see to prepare this for the great experience you're all going to have tomorrow. So to all of you, thank you for your commitment to this facility. And last, Coach told me that there's 100 and some hungry young men over here that have unfinished business. And I think we all need to show up tomorrow to find out. So on behalf of the Educational Impact Campaign, thank you.
Thank you, Jim. I would now like to invite up the president of Northern State University, an individual in his first 90 days, Dr. Neil Schnorr.
So a couple of things. I think they've stole a lot of my lines. Bear with me, I may repeat some things because I want to make it official on behalf of the university. And I'm going to read just a little more than I normally like to because I don't want to miss any of this. Today, we truly are marking the beginning of a new era for Wolves athletics and Northern State University. Dakota Bank Stadium and Keeler Hall of Fame softball field complete a period of construction that has transformed our campus and was funded almost entirely by generous private donors. Both give Northern a competitive edge in student athlete recruiting, training, and competition, and an unmatched game day experience. Together with the Harvey C. Jewett Regional Science Education Center, Johnson Fine Arts renovation, new school for the blind and visually impaired, and modern residential halls, Northern, as many of them have said, is truly a crown jewel for Aberdeen, the region, and the state. Altogether, they provide a leading-edge learning, living, and competition environment for students, an unrivaled experience for fans, and a unique sense of place for the university and community. In addition to others I will be thanking, we are grateful to the Board of Regents, legislature, and Governors Nome and Dugard for their support of these vital projects. Community support, combined with our tradition of education in excellence and student-centered approach to provide momentum for recruiting, retention, growth, community partnership, and ever greater impact across the region and state. As just one example, but a really fun one, September 24th, Ipswich and Harriet Selby high schools will square off right here on Thayer Field at Dacotah Stadium. That's the kind of recruiting advantage we have for the university that this has provided. We look forward to hosting many future events. To begin several expressions of appreciation, I'd like to start by thanking our coaches and student athletes for attending today. You make us proud in competition and in the classroom. You contribute significantly to the 5,000 hours of community service NSU annually logs. And many of your fellow student athletes will play key roles in helping us manage an exciting opening day tomorrow. We could not ask for better ambassadors of the university. I too am grateful to our leadership team and staff across campus units for all their dedication and long hours in preparation. Facilities, technology, communications, and our foundation have worked countless hours, and none have worked harder than our athletic staff to develop entirely new processes to make this possible. We may encounter a few bumps, and we ask your patience along the way as we address those and get better every future game. The hard work has paid off. I'm pleased to let you know that only a few reserve and general admission seats are available. And standing room only tickets will be on sale tomorrow at 2. Congratulations to all of you. I also want to thank City Manager Joe Goff, Chief Dave McNeil and his officers, Aramark, and our National Guardsmen for helping us ensure a safe and unmatched game day experience tomorrow. Finally, we cannot mark this occasion without identifying a few of our generous key contributors who have made today possible. They include Avera Health, the City of Aberdeen, Dakota Bank, Mike and Barb Evans, the Great Plains Educational Foundation, Jim and Jackie Keeler, Ron and Sharon Rivet, Sanford Health, Pat and Cindy Teal, and of course, Jim and Tracy Thayers, for whom this field is dedicated. Please give them a rousing round of applause. Sincere thanks to all. Onward to victories, and go Wolves.
Okay, one last distinguished speaker before we get into some photos, so don't everyone run out of here. We're going to need to take some photos afterward. But it's my honor to announce the Executive Director and CEO of the South Dakota Board of Regents, Dr. Brian Maher.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's an honor to be here with you today. I had a script. I was ready to go today, but after listening to the previous speakers, I'm going to deviate from that script. My wife is with me here today, and I promise you, her just hearing that news, she's going, oh no, just read the script. But there are a couple of things that became very clear to me today as I was listening to the previous speakers. One is, there's a lot of folks fairly new to this campus. As I listened to both coaches, as I listened to the new president, I can't tell you the optimism I have for all of them. I'm only in my 15th month in this position, and so there's a certain amount of excitement, energy, electricity that certainly is here today, and you could hear it from the people involved. The second thing that I didn't have in my script, and I would have been remiss if I didn't address it, was to see the softball team here and to see the football team here. And I combine that as Peg and I drove into town coming from the south on State Street, and we see this beautiful softball facility. And then we drive further on State Street and see this facility that we're seated in here today. And I think of opportunity, I think of electricity, and I think of what you all have in front of you. And I think, isn't that the reason that we're all here, is to help in the student development at this university. There's an inflection point that has happened in the city of Aberdeen and in this region where you all said as a community, we're going to invest, and we're going to invest in a big way in Northern State University. And that investment manifests itself in the brick and mortar that you see, but the payoff is in the flesh and blood that you see in front of you. I'm excited for Northern State University. I'm excited to see the softball team as they develop this fall and get into competition this spring. And I'm excited as hell for 6 o'clock kickoff tomorrow night. Thanks to all of you for being here. Thanks to everybody in front of you, particularly Regent Thayers and the Board of Regents for the possibilities that you see in front of you. And I will tell you, the challenge I take from the Board of Regents is it's now our turn from a board perspective, from a legislative perspective, to do more for this campus going forward. Thank you. Go Wolves.
Thank you, Dr. Maher, and thank you all who spoke today. So we're going to take a few photos as we officially cut the ribbon, and so we're going to start with this group right here. And so we're going to go to the 50-yard line on the Wolf. Cammie's going to bring the ribbon, we're going to cut it, and then we're going to take a few more. We're going to add student athletes after that. We're going to add chamber ambassadors. So just stay tuned. But for anyone who I didn't list there are refreshments. I believe cupcakes, water, lemonade up there. And if you haven't got your tickets yet for tomorrow, I highly recommend you go online and do that ASAP. So let's start with some photos. Enjoy the refreshments. Thank you all, and go Wolves. athletes.